We begin today's video in Hope, New Jersey, a town that just celebrated its 251st year. Camp Crystal Lake, summer 1980. I wish it was summer. It's very cold here in New Jersey. You can see my breath. Howdy everyone. Welcome back to the channel and welcome if it's your first time. Today I will be doing something I've always wanted to do. This is a dream come true. I'm crossing off my bucket list. I will be visiting the original Camp Blood, Camp Crystal Lake, from the original Friday the 13th movie. I will be taking a tour, a filming locations tour that is happening out at Camp Crystal Lake. And I am super excited to be presenting this with you. We are going to go hang out at Camp Blood together. But first, I thought it'd be fun to show some filming locations from the original movie right here in Hope, New Jersey, and in Blairstown. We are kind of working our way up to the camp, and I will give you all the details of the actual tour, and we will go on the tour ourselves. I am so happy I am here today. It is awesome. It is Halloween, and I couldn't think of a better way to spend Halloween than at the original Camp Blood. I'm a huge fan of the Friday the 13th movies, fanatic, and this is dedicated to all those people who are fanatics as well. Well, we're gonna start here in Hope, New Jersey. It's a very small town. Let's show some filming locations of one of the greatest horror franchises of all time. It's my favorite. Okay, let's talk more rock. There is much ahead, my friends. That middle building right there served as the filming locations for the interior scenes of the restaurant where Annie hitched a ride with Enos, but now is Hope Junction Antique Store. Check out these two windows here and this awning of this building, this whole building. I'm standing in that doorway, and look, you can make that out today. 2020, 1980. Now further down the street, the antique store right there, this building right here is our next filming location. This is where Enos and Annie first encounter the Prophet of Doom, Crazy Ralph. Here's the screenshot. Notice the edge of the building, the porch, where his hand's at, and the bridge behind him. And that was right here. The edge of the building, the pole, imagine his hand there, and there's that bridge. And right here on that second column of the building is where Crazy Ralph's bicycle was. You going to Camp Blood, ain't ya? Right there. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Ralph would have been standing right here in the doorway when he warned them of Camp Blood for the first time. You can make out the window behind him. The building to the left changed drastically, but he would have been standing right here. It's got a death curse! Always want to do that. Right here. Right where Crazy Ralph did it. So cool. And then Enos and Annie jump into his vehicle right there. He's about to take her to Camp Crystal Lake. Notice that building there. Same today. Truck would have been sitting right there. And then there goes good old Ralph off on his bicycle around the building and down the street. Ralph would have went right down there just like that car. Ladies and gentlemen, I was getting very cold out there, wondering why my hands were hurting. It is 28 degrees. No houses in the backdrop of the screenshot back in 1980. Annie though definitely hung a left there around the corner. Wow, it's so cool. I'm going to take a closer look at that cemetery sign real quick in that cemetery. I wonder how old this entryway truly is. It was here back in 1980, we know that. This old wrought iron fence, the old entrance. If you've ever wondered what the cemetery looks like, here you go. All leading up to that old church. This is the spot that Annie got out of the truck. It would have been parked right here. We can match that up with the first post of the cemetery entryway right there. See her there? She got out right here. Boom, that's the spot. Oh yeah, look at the frost on the gate. Wow. It's cold. That being said, the tour I booked today happens rain, snow, sleet, or shine. There are no refunds. You have to have your ticket in hand. This is very exclusive, guys. I'm so excited I'm going to be doing this today. Can't wait to get there. We're gonna make a couple more stops, and then soon it will be time to take our 3-hour tour. Yes, 3-hour tour. There were 3 tours today. There was a morning tour, there was a night tour, and there was a midday tour, which gave you more of the filming locations. So I picked that one. Hope, New Jersey is one of the most beautiful towns I've ever been through, guys. Really enjoyed my time here, my morning. Deer crossing. Go ahead. Don't mind if you do. Those darn deer. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. That was awesome. That is absolutely beautiful. The waterfall feeding this stream. It looks like a pond or a lake up there. This stream going right through the heart of Blairstown. This will set up the filming location, the screenshot from the movie. Friday, June 13th, the present, as you see in the opening of the movie. The camera angle would have been about right here inside this park. The bridge has changed, the building across the street changed quite a bit, but you can make out those markers, those concrete markers on either side of the sidewalk, one behind that shrub there as well. June 13th, it's actually my grandfather's birthday. Just a coincidence there, but a fun fact. But here's where that was. So cool to be standing here next to this stream, and this waterfall, again, absolutely beautiful. Good place to begin a movie, that's for sure. Notice the First National Bank sign above the columns of the building on the left. This is the screenshot from 1980. Annie's about to enter that building down there. Notice everything is almost exactly the same. Look at that. 2020. (1980), 40 years later. I'm standing beneath the same archway as Annie was walking through. About the same angle, right there. Notice that was once a window, it's now boxed in, but that's definitely the same shape. And then she walked right there through this archway. It was kind of a steady cam thing, and the camera came back like this as she walked out to the right, and then it came around like this. She popped out right here. Here's a screenshot. Notice the brick right there. Wow. Not much has changed at all. Moments later, Annie takes the corner here, walking down the sidewalk. In reality, this is the same street as the last filming location. But in the movie, they made it seem a little further. They also made it seem that Annie walked into this building to meet Enos. This is the fictional exterior shot of the restaurant in Friday the 13th, as we learned at the beginning of the video. That was filmed back in Hope. But there you go, there's about the same angle as you see in the movie. Notice the house on the left there's blue. Here, back in 1980, it's red. But everything else, pretty much the same. Not much has changed. Not much has changed at all. There you go. Again, 40 years later. Talk about a quiet, peaceful, and beautiful little town. Wow, the last 2 towns I've been in are some of my favorite. So for my rental car, I was upgraded at no extra charge. It was actually all they had. So I'm taking a Beamer to Camp Blood. It's so fancy, it like turns on before I even get there. It's crazy, I'm not used to this. Ladies and gentlemen, also seen in Friday the 13th, the Blairstown Diner. Although it's been changed, it looks like some of the windows have moved. I actually think the screenshot from the movie, I think mistakenly has been shown several times, assuming that it is the front, but I think the actual screenshot you see in the movie was from the side. Now, it was a dark, rainy shot, but the only reason why I say that is because there's a building attached immediately to the left. Now the door was changed out, but you can see the glass block on the side of the diner. The diner side would have been up there, but there's a building behind this tent over to the left. A lot of these old diners were pre-manufactured and you could change out a lot of the pieces. I think this is what has happened to the Blairstown diner, but I'm only assuming that that building there with the yellow portion you see right there at the end in the movie doesn't look the same, but just a theory, not confirmed, that you might actually see the side of the diner and the door would have been there. The interior shots were filmed in there. I'm not going to go in there. There's people eating. Happy Halloween from the Blairstown diner. The Friday the 13th diner. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Now on Shannon Road, crossing this bridge, which can be seen several times in the movie, but there's a particular screenshot I want to share of this bridge. And I have to climb up here to get it. You got to be careful because this is out in the middle of nowhere. It's a bendy road. Anything could be coming around the corner. Perhaps Mrs. Voorhees might be coming around the corner. Mrs. Voorhees in the Jeep, and that's when she picks up Annie. Annie gets in. You don't see her face, obviously. If you've seen the movie, we have no idea who that is in that Jeep at this point, but right here is where the Jeep stopped. Right there before the bridge. You can definitely make out the bridge and these trees. Notice the bridge, the tree, and this telephone pole right there in the shot. We've been about right there. There's a telephone pole right there. And a barking dog. I have been spotted. They have alerted this is the bridge from Friday the 13th. Annie and Enos drove over it this way in one shot, and then moments later, again, another movie magic trick, Miss Voorhees picked her up right there and took her to her death. Annie would have been about right here. Miss Voorhees stopped right here in the Jeep and she would have said, "I'm going to Camp Crystal Lake. I'm going to Camp Blood." And then the rest was history. Now it's time for me to get in my vehicle and go to Camp Blood. It says the entrance to the camp is up here on the right.
Your destination is on the right.
It looks like there's a line to get in. Oh wow. Okay. Kind of out on the road. Oh, it's because we're a little bit early. Crystal Lake Tours. There's a sign. Maybe I can pull off over here. Ta-da! I'm wedged in here with all these other cars in front of the entrance. It hasn't opened yet. I'm gonna get out and take a look at the sign though. Must be the right place. Crystal Lake Tours. Tickets required. No-Be is not open for visitors at this time. Please do not enter without prior permission. This is private property unless you are here for the tour. Very blatantly told too. Look at that. Do not block entrance. Private property. No trespassing. Waiting in line for Camp Blood. This is awesome. Looks like that person's from New Mexico. Wow, they came a long way. Just gonna chill out. No one behind me, but plenty of people coming down the road there. I was fortunate to tuck myself in here. This camp is actually a Boy Scout camp, and it's New Jersey's longest running Boy Scout camp. It opened in 1927. On the original Camp Crystal Lake sign, it said established in 1935, but in reality, this camp, 1927. There is a golf cart coming down the trail with loud music. It's beginning to look a lot more like Camp Blood. It's freaking awesome. We were asked to pull up and stop right at this sign. Tickets required beyond this point. No trespassing. Masks required beyond this point. Oh wait, wrong movie. Still the same excitement though. I have been given my wristband and a complimentary scrapbook ticket of Crystal Lake Tours. I don't need this. All I need is the wristband, but look at that.
Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah! That's where the original sign used to hang. We're walking into camp. They did say that we are allowed to take photos and videos as long as we don't record the actual tour guide. We are going into a staging area where we're going to be able to use the restroom and buy souvenirs, and then they're going to start the tour. I'm so excited. Also, we're allowed to remove our masks for photos as long as we can maintain a social distance. So complimentary water bottles have been given and hand sanitizer right before you sign the waiver. Here we go, signing my life away at Camp Blood. Oh boy. On Halloween, from the opening of the movie, one of the very first shot, the 1958 scene, the fireplace. Holy cow, right there. That's amazing. We're waiting for everyone to sign and get ready and fill their water bottles. Also, they have hot cocoa and tea. I think I might fill this up with hot cocoa. I'm gonna have some hot chocolate at Camp Crystal Lake. Oh, Swiss Miss. Yeah, why not? A replica of Mrs. Voorhees' Jeep. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's immaculate. I'll have to get a couple photos with this. Just gonna walk around it so you see. That's awesome. Check out this. So cool, look at that. And now I'm standing in line to check out the original sign from the movie. It's hanging right over there. It is my turn with the original Camp Crystal Lake sign. I'm gonna take a couple selfies. Look at that, happy Halloween, this is awesome. I just noticed that most of the cast from the movie is signed in the back of the Jeep. And they've all been out here on the tour. Sometimes they show up. There's Tom Savini. Look at that, all the way up to the left. Everyone's waiting in line to take a photo with the sign, and now I'm in the line to use the restroom. And after everyone's settled, we will break off into 3 different groups. They're offering vintage photo opportunities out here with a Polaroid camera and also 8x10s, $10 for, I think, as many as you like. We have begun the tour. There are 3 groups. We all split up in different areas of the camp. But at the end, we all get the same experience. Walking down into Camp Blood. Oh my gosh. That cabin. I already recognize that cabin. Oh my gosh. There's the lake. So beautiful. Amazing. The lifeguard tower has changed a lot, but it's in the same location. There's the beach. I'm sure we'll be coming back this way. Ladies and gentlemen, the spot where Jason began. That is where at the end of the movie Ari Lehman popped out around Alice. Right there in that spot. And the film was filmed in October, so the leaves aren't much different. Possibly one of the best jump scares in horror film history. No one knew that was coming the first time you watched it. It's said that the actors almost got hypothermia filming. It was this time of year, the water was cold. Wow, right there. Everyone's heading to the next location. I came back just a little bit so you could get a better view of the canoe. Wow. Right there is the spot. It's amazing. I can't believe it. Right there behind me. The end of the movie. First time we saw Jason Voorhees. So cool. They actually have the soundtrack playing in the background, so it adds to the mood. I might actually cry. I've gotten emotional several times already. We've just begun. Also filmed here, the Chiller Networks. Do you think you could survive a horror movie and MTV's Fear? Anyone remember those old shows? Those are all filmed right here on this camp. There's several shots in the movie you see from this angle. Next stop, the shower house, where Marcy gets the axe to the face. In reality, it's called the Price Lodge, and it was made into a shower house just for the movie. I'm gonna walk through it. This is where Marcy got an axe to the face, and you see it throughout the movie. Several shots are filmed inside here, or were. Here we go. In the movie there were more sinks, but that's the actual sink, or the location of the sink where Marcy was brushing her teeth. And the camera angle, the first time you see someone walk in, the camera goes down like this and sweeps across, and it would have been the third stall, and that stall has been recreated here. Marcy would have been using the restroom right there, and that's when she reads this, 40 Yards to the Outhouse by Willie Make It. The actress that plays Marcy actually wrote that herself. Trying to get as close to the screenshot as possible, but it would have been like this. Marcy brushing her teeth right there. The windows, the location of the sink, they all match up. Obviously the sinks are gone, and that right there, that heater wasn't there. And the shower, you see this light in the shot, but the shower would have been right here, and this is where she got the axe to the face. Mrs. Voorhees would have been tucked away over here somewhere, I believe. Right here. One of the most gruesome kills. Ah! Or maybe it was right here. It was right here. Oh my gosh. And good special effects and makeup by Tom Savini. And the rest of the cabin wasn't in the movie. It was just mocked up for that scene. So much ahead. Wow. Look at that. That's beautiful. We've only just begun. Kill, 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 kill. Ma, 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 ma. Kill, 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 kill. Ma, ma, ma. Oh my God. I always wanted to do that. Oh man. I got goosebumps on my goosebumps. Camp Crystal Lake. Camp Crystal freaking Lake. Okay. So much ahead. Looks like we're heading over to the beach area where the counselors were swimming. That right there is so identifiable, so iconic to see. The guard shack, the lifehouse shack, has changed. The floating docks are not in the same sequence. They're different but similar. And there's the canoe. And it was canoe number 6 that was in that spot. And this, as we know, is where the final showdown went down between Alice and Mrs. Voorhees. This is where she was beheaded. Wow, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this for a second. It's amazing for a Friday the 13th fan like me. Shout out to all those Friday fans watching. I hope you're enjoying this video. Everyone's kind of taking pictures. They take their time. It is a 3-hour tour, but it goes pretty quickly. Everyone moving through, and then next going into this cabin, and that's where Kevin Bacon's character got the spear through the neck. We're gonna check that out in a second, but I wanted to go down here. Oh, someone popped a balloon. Oh, I'm gonna go down here and check something else out. Here's a set photo. Look at the actual camera. It was risky for them to have that camera on there. It was the only one they had. Could have fallen off. I just learned that. But that was taken right up there. Amazing. I believe that most of this is the original one. It was white in the movie, but it's been renovated. That sign over there. Waterfront renovation by Pfizer Grant. Cipher Grant. And the bathhouse across there that we were just in. These people are taking photos. I think I might do one in and out. Okay. Is that okay? Yeah, thank you. Did you get a picture? I can take one of you.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we're about to walk into Brenda's cabin. This is where that scene when Kevin Bacon got the arrow through throat. And I believe that would have been right here in the corner. Mrs. Voorhees would have been camped out underneath that bunk bed the whole time. I believe the special effects guys were down under the bed. Right there. Tom Savini. Oh, I missed something out there, but I wanted to see this. Oh my gosh. That is one of the best kills of the movie. Don't know if those are the same bunk beds, but they're old. Holy cow. This is so awesome. Right there. Kevin Bacon got killed for the first time on screen. Wow. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been granted access to the main cabin. This should look familiar to you. This is where a majority of the interior scenes were filmed for most of the movie, especially at the end. The first time you see Crazy Ralph at the camp, he emerges from the pantry, which was actually just built for the movie. We're gonna go take a look inside of the main cabin. Also want to point out that this is the tree that Crazy Ralph put his bicycle against right after he left the cabin, and he drove off that way. So cool. Adrienne King is a good shot of her standing there in the doorway just after Crazy Ralph left the cabin. That sign has been replicated. This totem pole, however, that is the actual one from the movie that you see standing next to the door, next to Adrienne King. Now we're about to go inside the main cabin. Oh, there's the fireplace. Oh, we're gonna take a look around. So right inside the door, over towards the lake kinda, is the fireplace. There's a good shot in the movie. You see Alice put her hand right there on the mantle. And I believe there was a raccoon up there to the right. And on that rock, it said Mike D in the movie. Obviously it doesn't say that anymore. But this plaque, if you ever wonder what that plaque was, if you take a screenshot, it'll last longer. But there you go. And then several scenes of the movie, including the last one, is filmed right here. And right here in this door is where Mrs. Voorhees tells the story of her son named Jason. When a young boy drowned, she was standing right in the door as she was saying that. This is cool. And now we're about to go into the kitchen, which is right behind me. And that was the window that I think Tom Savini got thrown through. Actually, it wasn't really the actor, it was actually the makeup guy. And then the pantry would have been built that Ralph came out. I think it would have been over here. Now looking back the other way, this is the spot where you saw Kevin Bacon making bacon. The stove you see Alice cooking on throughout the movie, and when you see Kevin Bacon cooking, he's cooking it right here, about the same spot. Crazy Ralph would have came out of the built-in pantry there. I am a messenger of God. You are all doomed. That would have happened right there. And there's the light bulb that she kept flickering. I think that's just been added just for a reference. But yes, the pantry. Crazy Ralph right there. I am a messenger of God. You're all doomed if you stay here. It's got a death curse. So now we're heading to the archery range. To put things into perspective, it's actually behind the main cabin, up the hill, past the shower house. Kill, 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 ma, 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 ma. Oh, it never gets old. This one's really off the beaten path, up the hill, through these rocks. All kinds of fans out here, it's awesome. Welcome to the archery range from Friday the 13th. We've been granted access to walk around and take photos. Actually sitting on the archery range is a still shot of the archery range. And I believe this would have been taken over in that corner. Here's the inside of the archery range in case you ever wondered what it looked like. Then out here, obviously that's where Brenda got the arrow to the face right there in front of the targets. There it is in the movie. Here it is today. Looks like the camera angle is a little further up the hill behind me. But that's it. Wish we could fire an arrow or two. And I believe it was Tom Savini shooting those arrows. I think it was. Brenda almost got the arrow right there. Ah! Looks like we're coming up to the main area where we started. Back to Alice's cabin. That's beautiful. It's a gorgeous day out here. It's gonna be cold tonight though. It's gonna be really cold. We've been brought to an area with 3 filming locations. Everyone went that way. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna show you this one. And then I'm gonna show you where the very first kill in Friday the 13th happened. The very first time we saw a death on screen in the whole entire franchise coming up soon. Welcome to the generator shed. This is the emergency generator shed where Billy was bow and arrowed right there on the door. Check that out. That actor was actually played by Harry Crosby. Bing Crosby's son played the part of Billy. He would have been arrowed to the store. Look, there's an actual arrow there. There's a screenshot of that moment right here. And notice the sign up by his head that says keep, which I believe was keep out. That sign's still right there. Look at that. That is a sign from the movie, from the generator shed. There you go. I stepped out just a little bit so you could get a better look at it. But that is seen all over the movie. The inside and outside the generator was inside of there. Ladies and gentlemen, inside this building is where the very first kill, 2 kills happened in the whole entire Friday the 13th franchise. This is where the 2 counselors were killed by Pamela Voorhees in 1958 upstairs in the loft. We're about to go up into that loft and see that spot. Here's the back side of that staircase. This is just like a storage facility for the scouts here. Kind of like a place to store their goods. Okay, so we're gonna actually recreate the movie as we're going up the steps here. The camera was just like this. We didn't know it in the beginning, but 1958 Camp Crystal Lake. Pamela Voorhees kind of steps right here, kind of stops, and you see Barry and Claudette's feet. And I just learned, fun fact, they were actually boyfriend and girlfriend in real life, but this is what the counselors were doing right there. They should have been watching Jason though. That had already happened, but right here is where the first kill happened in Friday the 13th. I believe Barry got stabbed about right here and he landed in that spot right there where those file cabinets are, and then Claudette kind of does a back and forth. No, 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 don't kill me. And then she gets it right here. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. There's the steps looking the other way. You gotta be careful because you could fall out the door there. Oh wow, right there. The first kill in the Friday the 13th franchise. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. Totally changed, but this is the building when Alice runs in to grab the rifle and finds that there's no ammunition. And she throws it at Mrs. Voorhees. This sits right next to the storage shed. That's where that went down, right at the end of the movie. And this was the phone cabin. This is where Alice ran in and discovered that the phone line had been cut, the Johnson Lodge. I believe there was a porch on the front of it at that time. And now we're heading back towards Alice, but first we're stopping at the fellowship hall where the very first shot of the movie, besides the full moon, so happens that it's a full moon tonight, but this is where that fireplace we saw in the beginning was, where we saw Barry and Claudette singing before the fireplace with the rest of their counselors. Walking there, notice this beam right there above. Right there. That's awesome. There's actually a guitar there too. If you want to play some guitar. This is in the main hall here at the camp. Notice all the scouts, all the different years of camp. They all have their different plaques up here. All the way back to 1927. See some 80s up there. Very cool. A lot of people thought that this was in the main cabin. They kind of made it look that way, but no, it's right here in the main assembly hall. Took my mask off to take a photo. It is allowed. Just an amazing time here at Camp Crystal Lake Tours. Wow. The original sign right there. Used to hang at the front. I'll show you where that was. We kind of walked past it in the beginning, but at the end I'll show you exactly where this sign used to hang. I'll take another look at it as well. We've got to go see Alice's cabin though. We haven't been there yet. We are now free to move about. Alice's cabin. This is the cabin you see them chase after that snake and chop it in half. That was a real snake. And just learned that the guy that brought that snake didn't know that they were going to chop this snake in half. He was like a snake tamer. And they don't do that anymore. Poor guy. But yes, this is also the cabin you see in the beginning when Mrs. Voorhees is walking around checking the kids. I'm waiting my turn. Still cool to see this sitting here. Alice's cabin. Amazing. Alright, I'm going to go inside there. While I'm waiting to go inside, I just want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour, my tour of Camp Crystal Lake. It's so beautiful out here. It goes quick, so if you come out here, it is totally worth it, but it goes quick, so get your pictures in. Get them in. I'm looking down at the main cabin on the right. The lake out to the left. Oh man. I'm trying not to get emotional. That's how much I'm enjoying being here today. Into the Mechanics Lodge, aka Alice's Lodge. Walking in the door, you don't really see this angle of the cabin, but the snake would have been over here, and I believe in that area is where they would have chopped it. Look, it's the machete. But right here is a shot. I have a shot with me. There's Alice, standing right there in the door. All right. There. That's kind of a bit of a foreshadow, isn't it? The machete chopping the snake. Somewhere right there. This is amazing. This is so cool. Friday the 13th. Camp Crystal Lake. On Halloween. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for joining me. Now we're being asked to walk back the way we came, leaving the heart of the camp. I'm gonna have to come back here sometime. Gonna go possibly buy a souvenir or two. There was a cabin in the movie that once stood here. It was actually where Alice was fixing the gutter, and it's long gone. It wasn't savable. It didn't stand the test of time, but in case you were wondering, that cabin stood right here at the top of the hill at Camp Crystal Lake, the lake down there, the main cabin. Right down there, Alice's cabin. Right there. The new trading post. I guess the old trading post is long gone. On display in here. All the merch. Look at all that. There are several t-shirts out here. This one, probably the most iconic. That looks like it's actually from the movie. Angry Mother Bottling. 100% Crystal Lake water. That's amazing. $18.13. Well worth it. Well spent. Money well spent for a Friday the 13th fan. A couple more seconds alone with the original sign. The lake in the background. Take a little closer look at it. Amazing. Wow. I'm gonna walk around it. See what it looks like back here. Not much back here. Just cool to see it. Oh man. Oh, I'm having a moment here. An awesome moment. It's been a dream come true today. Glad I could share these moments with you guys. Thank you for joining me. That is the original sign, Camp Crystal Lake. And it hung right out there. And on our way out, we're going to take a look exactly where it hung. If you take a screenshot, it'll last longer. I'm trying to fit it all into frame there. Walking past the assembly hall, out back to the parking lot. They're walking us back to our cars, saying goodbye as we pass by where the sign hung. You can see the sun bursting over the lake through the trees. It is a beautiful evening. Probably the best Halloween, most beautiful Halloween I've ever had. And exactly where the present day camp sign sits is where the original sign once sat. And also where Mr. Christie got it. Pamela Voorhees stabbed him right there. Of course, we always see everyone go left past the sign in the movie. Down to Camp Blood. The original Camp Blood. Well guys, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you joining me out here for the Camp Crystal Lake tour. I'll put a link to the website below if you're interested in coming out yourself. They do it only select times of the year. They only do this tour at select times of the year, so check out the calendar. Oh man, I love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me for this moment. And I'm pretty sure that is the same rock where Annie dropped out of the Jeep, where she jumped out of Miss Voorhees' Jeep as it was coming this way. Got word of that during the tour to take a look at it on the way out. If it was your first time here, come on back, subscribe below. I am always off on an adventure. I make videos because I love it. It is a fun thing to do for me. I appreciate each and every one who enjoys them or watches them. Maybe they don't enjoy them, maybe they just watch them, who knows. But I appreciate all of those people. I hope to see you next time, guys. See you in the next video. There's much ahead. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful little trek on this road here. See you later. Bye. See you next time. I am Tampa J. There's much ahead. Meeting. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Love all and love always. Okay, gonna wrap it up. Just want to roll though. It's so beautiful, isn't it? Almost forgot it's Halloween coming back through Blairstown. The police have the roads blocked off for the trick-or-treaters. So cool. I'm good. Glad to see everyone's out trick-or-treating. Wow. A lot of people coming down. Happy Halloween. Blairstown.